And so we begin again, part two over here on the Jaguar Wright effect. Hey, everybody, welcome in. I'm scared. It feels like I don't care. By the way, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me okay? Just put a Y in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, awesome. Set in the West. Okay, great. Um, I'm scared. Feels like I don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? Oh, I don't mean to be complacent with the decision you made. But why? Oh, in the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. Whoa. In the back of my mind, I took your life, and I did not even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Salute. Shout out to all the mods. Salute to the family. We're a family chat. If you would like to join, all you have to do is grab a membership. Come on through. Salute to everyone here. Yeah. And this was written 2022. Celeste was 11 going on 12. Let me read that again. I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? Oh, I don't mean to be complacent with the decision with the decisions you made, but why? Oh, in the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. And I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. Whoa. In the back of my mind, I took your life, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Romantic. I'm a what? Hmm. Now I want you to understand this. Adults can listen to whatever they choose. Adults can get involved in whatever they want to get involved in. They are of age to do so. But his Discord was filled with children, kids. Let's go back to understanding him and understanding who he is. He was a gamer who was heavy into Fortnite, and he wanted to stream his gaming content, but he kept getting copyright strikes. So his mother gave him the brilliant idea to make his own music, and apparently people liked his music. And, you know, millions and millions leading up to billions of streams later. He is D4vD. I had no idea who this kid was, knew nothing about him, totally missed it. I am not into the gaming community at all whatsoever. I am pushing 50. The last time I was heavily into a gaming experience was playing Mario Kart with my kids or Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was the last like video game that had me, like, oh, I gotta get this game. I gotta play this game. Um, yeah, the kind of songs that the Beehive pushes out, yeah. Like that daughter song talking about taking people's lives in a bathroom and how somebody messed up their dress and all of this craziness. When are we gonna wake up as a society? When are we gonna wake up? When are we going to wake up and start being honest with what we're promoting, what we're allowing to be promoted, what we invest our music into, what we let our children listen to? There's a 14-year-old boy who just this past summer, his mother, was it the 901 Don Diva lady, and her husband, his stepfather, grabbed a firearm and took the both of them up out of here. 14-year-old kid. Ain't nobody got no answers as to why either. Still don't nobody know what happened with that whole situation. Like, what is going on these gaming apps? What is going on in Discord that's encouraging children into these kinds of behaviors? Like, what's really going on? Yes, and it's all right in our faces, right in our faces, and we allow it to happen. Hey, Jag, Jen here from DC. No, from OC, California. Love the show. Keep doing. Oh, thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Come through anytime. Let's listen to some of this other crap that he was pushing the kids. What is this? Leave her. Okay, this is 2024. Lyrics. You call me at like 2. At like 2. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. How about you? How about you? You want me. You want me to come through. To come through. I found peace. I found peace without you. Without you. You want what you can't have, but it's my fault. I bought it for you. You know, I don't focus upon the past, but when you call, I start to lose it. Is it okay for me to leave it all behind, even the name of someone that I knew? I can't stop falling for her. I can't stop falling for her. I can't keep calling on her. I can't keep calling on her. Did what she want me to do. Did what she want me to do. But I still leave her. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or does it sound like he's freaking depressed? News Nation just spoke on this, said David was seen on stream an hour before she disappeared in the area she lived in. She lived an hour away from him. Okay, I'm not understanding. Let me read this again, Mel Tucker. News Nation just spoke on this, said David was seen on stream an hour before she disappeared in the same area. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, now I understand what you're saying. I was trying to understand the text and what you're saying. Yeah, she lived an hour outside of LA. Yeah, and he was spotted there talking to somebody who had a brown paper bag in their hand. And people have said that he was paying people to, like the tattoo on both of their pointer fingers. I have to make that correction. I initially had said middle finger, no, it was pointer finger, which is even sicker when you think about it. Constantly the covering of the faces, her wearing hoodies all the time. I got a lot of problems with a lot of this, but this kid sounds depressed. Everything he's singing, um, the Rihanna shish. Hmm. It's funny, a lot of people in the industry say that's what everyone did when it was clear that the feds were taking Diddy to trial. The whole industry said and pretended. You know, I get so sick and tired of talking. My house is not a home. 2024. Lyrics by D4vD. Hello, I'm at your door again. I just needed a friend, but now I share a bed with you. Am I dumb to succumb to the noise? I'm not a little boy no more. Nice to know that he knew that. Allegedly sleeping with a 13, 14-year-old girl. I'm not a little boy no more. I've made my stupid choices too. Tell my mother that I'm sorry. Tell my father just the same. Tell my sister that her brother might as well have gone insane. Is there space for me in Houston? Because that's where his family is. Because it's spacious in LA, where the grass is always greener and the world can scream my name. But you never really cared about the way that everything turned out. You didn't want to fall in love. You're looking out for yourself now. It's starting to piss me off. I thought I had you figured out. Never thought you would call my bluff. Guess who belongs to someone else now. Sorry if I overshared. See, life, it isn't fair. I'm more and more aware of it now. You get drunk, then start to curse me out. I told you to watch your mouth. This is exactly what my mother would warn me about. But baby, you can call me when it's over. I talked to your therapist. Oh, it's a little loud over there on your end.
Ghetto bird above.
Yeah, I hear. But baby, you can call me when it's over. I talked to your therapist. He said you're getting sober. There's only but so many heads that can rest on this shoulder. But I think yours was the best for me to cry over, but you never really cared about the way that everything turned out. You didn't want to fall in love. You're looking out for yourself now. It's starting to piss me off. I thought I had you figured out. Never thought you would call my bluff. Guess who belongs to someone else now? The house we called our home has fallen to pieces on its own. I know that you're better off alone. Babe, I could fix you, but I won't. So, are you there at the house that's not a home that fell apart on its own?
Well, I kind of want to encourage everybody to hit the likes because I found a location where the car was actually parked, and then of
Mm.
course I found the actual house. But I'm not gonna go there just yet. I just want everybody to, of course, support. But yeah, the neighbors were saying
So you were
that
talking
it
to the
was
neighbors. Good.
no. I'm just well. So the neighbors were saying it was a Model Y Tesla that was kind of moving around and
Mm.
parked from different locations, and then yeah, it's sad. I like so I wanted to just I know we went on my channel, we talked, and then I walked around the neighborhood. Everybody got the lay of the
Mm-hmm.
land, and you know there's 2-lane streets. These streets were probably built in the 1920s when they
Mm-hmm.
had the model. What did Ford have? The model what? The Model Ts, right, or something. Um,
Yeah.
so you're not going to get a lot of parking. It's barely enough room to have two cars going each way. But
Right.
overall, you see the lay of the land. You see how it is. You see how quiet the neighborhood is. You see it's not a lot of police activity. It's security guards and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
private security, so it's not like a neighborhood that's going to be like South Central LA. It's unfortunate that the young girl was probably here, probably tried to cry for help. I mean, there's a lot of probably, but it was like no one was there to rescue her. So I feel bad about this whole situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, and a lot of people stay to themselves. They're reclusive. They're not really hey, hi, neighbor. Well, he had a few like the guy
People are
just drove
minding
by.
their business, but
Well, the cat that just drove by, he was cool. But he's a hip hop cat, so he said what's up. But that's it. But for the most part, everybody stayed to themselves. So yeah, everybody, y'all hit the like button. I'm not gonna be here too long, but I'll you let me know what you want me to do because I'm walking distance away from the house, and I'm literally like right here by the where the car was parked. Allegedly, I'll say allegedly, but That's what it's looking like. I mean, we
What
were
a
in my
neighbor
mind,
said
we
they
were
spotted the car there.
yeah, hmm yeah, the model like it was a Model Y. I don't know the difference between the cars, the Teslas, but it was a Model Y. Y'all know what a Model
With
Y
Texas
looks like.
tags,
Yeah. So
which means it,
whenever,
regardless of what, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
right, right. So yeah, whenever you want me to,
You can head over
but
to
you'll
the
read
house
the
whenever
lyrics,
you like. Welcome to Jag Nation Open Mind.
right? Let me make sure I
Well, I
don't.
mean, I've read enough of his lyrics for now. Just reading those lyrics made me depressed. And that's the problem with music. That's the problem with songs. And you have to be very careful what you let into your ear and who you let into your mind. Because see, the beautiful thing about sound is it is the one thing that the human brain cannot refute. Anything that is transferred by sound sticks into your mind. It is scientifically proven fact. I know doctors who study the brain, actually a brain surgeon, a brain doctor actually told me that the best way to import information into the human mind where the mind cannot forget it or let go of it is music. It's sound.
Yep, yep.
I can
That
say
is so
something
true.
to you. I can say something to you all day long. But if I sing it to you, why do you think the ABCs were made a song to make sure that children couldn't forget it? Even if you don't remember, if you have trouble remembering the letters because of the cadence and because of the sound, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? The cadence, the sound of it alone will make you remember the letters. It's brilliant. Welcome, Detroit soloists. Welcome.
Are you guys ready
So,
or whenever?
well, one
People,
second.
I can wait.
So understand this. If you have someone singing pure hate, pure rage, pure devilment, pure craziness, as long as it happens in sound, your mind cannot refuse that message. It
Yeah,
cannot. It
yeah.
cannot. So I want you guys to think about the melodies of which he was singing, the tone, the timbre, the pitch, all of that, everything. And I want you to think about the lyrics that I just read to you. See, I'm not going to play the song because I don't
No.
ever want his sick ass message attaching to another human being. He crept inside these children's heads. He crept inside their hearts. He crept inside their minds and he normalized his very, 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 very sick thinking. This boy is sick. I don't care what anybody says. I can sit here and I can read his lyrics and I can tell you he's even sitting here talking about his therapist. And his mom had to talk about his therapist, and now he's sobering up, talking about this, talking about that, talking about this. Like, why do we allow these people to have a loudspeaker in our world? And more importantly, why do we let our children listen to people like him? This boy is depressed. He's all kinds of a fanatic,
Hmm.
and he's obsessed with death and gore. What's so great about that? What's so great about that? You want to know who else had some really interesting lyrics too? The Diddler. The Diddler had some real interesting lyrics. Oh, absolutely romanticized horror and death. So imagine how charming he was talking to Celeste. Imagine. Or the other alleged kids that he was working on before he He got his hands on Celeste. I want you to think about that. This is a full blown predator who was operating on Discord, talking to children under the age of 4, talking to children, befriending children, romanticizing his weird stuff to kids. And then he was actually able to coax one to come to him to leave her home and her family from an hour away to be with him in this house. Let's see the house.
So you tell me if I got it right. But first, let me also back up what you were
What?
saying about him and
Mm.
almost like Pied Piper, like his
Like R.
messages and stuff.
Like R. Kelly.
But look at before him, you had Lil Nas X.
Mm.
Um, you
Very,
know,
very
think about
into
that.
the yeah.
Think about
With
that.
the DNA in the shoes.
Yeah, a lot. Like I said, just a lot of the iconography, the red, all that, the lower chakra stuff. The yeah.
Necromancy, like
So
you said,
yeah, like I said,
necromancy.
necromancy. Yeah. But so peak game. You tell me if I got it right. You said you were looking for a 3-car garage, right?
Uh-huh.
Is this it? That's it, right?
Where is the top of it's looking like that might be it, yeah.
I think this is the. I'm sure. I drove by here once and I saw the. Let me see. Somebody's in there. You can see.
Is there someone in
Um,
there?
it looks like it because I did saw that there was a sign. A what do you call it? Like somebody didn't pay their light water bill. I'll just say it like that. Um,
Ah.
and that's
Well, it's a
gone now.
rental. It's a rental. It's a rental property.
And you can see, you really can't see. Even if I, let's say if I, let's say if I do something like that, how high up can y'all see? You see how high the gate is? It's
Very
nothing.
high.
Yeah, I can't just
Pure privacy.
look
Pure
into.
privacy.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got this part here. That's when I was walking by. I was looking, and I was like, oh, let me just show y'all something real quick. Uh, bamboo. So, this is the very west end of the property, and looks like you know I don't know, like somebody can throw. I don't know. I'm just saying. But you see that there. This is the very end of the property too. This kind of freaked me out. Kind of. We were talking about.
Who's that
We were
beeping
kind of talking
horns?
about. That's the people going into their property
Uh,
across the street.
they're
But
beeping
yeah,
the
this is.
horns going into their property?
I guess they're. That's what them. Remember that boxer dog I was telling you.
Oh,
But yeah, this is the the south
yeah.
end of the property, and this is what we're working with. Just isolation. I mean, the neighbors is less than 50 feet away, but still, this is what we're
No, there's a
working
lot of
with.
privacy. There's a lot of privacy there.
Yeah.
Now, let's be
So
clear
yeah,
about this. This is a 20-year-old boy who's kiting around with a girl who wasn't even in the ninth grade, a junior high schooler, and they had access to this property.
this was the house.
He
Yeah,
was over
this was
here.
the house.
He was over there making content.
Yep. And then let me just go this way. I don't want to show the address. I probably already did it, but
You
nobody knows the
already
street.
did by accident, but we're
But
not.
nobody knows the street.
Everybody already knows the street. Nobody's doxing anything. It wasn't done on purpose.
And yeah, and then that's the neighbor
We're just
there.
walking down the street.
But yeah, that's it. And then where the car was parked. Let's go there. Let me
Okay.
go there. Model Y, Tesla. Um, yeah, this was the place.
We could do a
Is
little better on these
unfortunate.
likes, guys. Please
Unfortunate.
hit the like. Let everybody know we're over here. We're on location.
See, I normally don't report this stuff. I'm documentary, so you know, I've done documentaries on people that have stalked famous people, right?
Yeah,
And it happened a long time ago, so it's kind of like you can kind of be disconnected, but this is kind of different.
it
So
is
yeah.
because of what happened and
Mhm.
how it turned out. And the
Yep.
stories that you talked about before, all of those people, for the most part, that you know of, are still alive.
Yep.
This story is a little bit different. There's a 14-year-old girl, and we're going to call her 14 because I think it's fair to say she never made it to her 15th birthday.
She didn't make it to 15. I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's a 14 year
Park
old
right here.
girl
Park here.
who was seduced right there.
Down there. Down,
Mm.
down. Right. Park over here. Yeah.
And it was just there for 3 weeks.
Yeah. It
For
was
three
parked right
weeks.
there. And yeah, yeah, it was parked right there.
Like I said, there were shorts done by AI channels
To
right
try to
after the
exonerate him.
eighth, trying to exonerate him
Yeah.
before before anyone knew that it was Celeste that was in the car, before we knew that this was an underage girl who he allegedly was in, and even though there's evidence that they were in a romantic relationship. I mean, I think it's fair to say we all know, now there's stuff coming out about her possibly have been with child. There are text messages of
Yeah.
her from her burner Insta going back and forth with friends, talking about how there was, menses that appeared
Hmm.
during,
Hmm.
some activity. Um, this is insane. This is
I'm,
insane. But the
I'm gonna go
question
out
is,
on a limb.
why does a 20-year-old kid need that much house?
I
Why does
think
a
it's like a
20-year-old
shared.
kid?
Oh, let me show y'all if y'all want to see the neighborhood. Like if y'all really want to see the neighborhood. Look at this.
So
This is the
is
street
this
above us.
because we already know it's Josh Marshall, his manager, that rents that house. That's $20,000 a month. So he wasn't living there alone. Is
I don't
that
think
what
so. It's a pretty big
is that?
property. It's pretty big.
That's what I'm saying.
And
It's
I'm
a
just
pretty
showing
big
y'all the
property.
neighborhood.
So is this where he's housing his other artists?
Well, that see, look, look, look. This is where I was gonna go. I was gonna say this. I didn't want to pull my shoulder out, but I honestly think why are they so slow to move on this investigation? I was reading comments about, unfortunately, prayers to the family who who's also um, recently had to deal with this type of tragedy. Um, they lost their 16-year-old, and I guess they were able to find where the person was because of um, you know um, the phone tracker stuff, I guess. But they were out of state, so it was some other legal things. But I think the FBI did get involved in that situation, and I mean, it took them weeks. I think what's going on here is other stuff that's tied to possibly this person that not the David person. The David person, if they're not so quick to arrest him, now mind you, he has a show that's supposed to be going on right now or in a couple of hours at the Greek Theater not far from here.
Wasn't that
Um,
canceled?
it's canceled, yeah. But I think it's something else going on. Like there's some other people tied. It's just weird. Like you figure they would have just jumped on this, or
Okay.
it's a no brainer, right? Like it's like okay, boom, we know who, is registered this car. Who person staying here? It's just, but I think it's other stuff. There's gonna be other people implicated in this. That's what I think. That's just you know.
I'm sitting here, I'm looking for, I don't see the I don't see it. I don't see it. Somebody said they sent something to me on Instagram, but it doesn't seem that I've gotten it.
Well, you can send it to me. Um, I'm
No,
at
because I'm sitting here,
AL2K.
I'm checking, but I don't.
Now I'm telling them to send it, and I can check it too.
My Kia had sent it, but I don't see it. No. Oh, that's weird, and that's wild. Yeah, I haven't been on Instagram in quite some times. That would, I believe, the second. You believe what the second what was found? This
A
isn't.
no,
We're
a
not.
second,
We're
a
not talking.
another situation did happen. Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's an but
I
we don't
don't
know
know if
too much about it.
we don't know if that
Yeah,
has anything to do or if that's
yeah,
connected with that. And honestly,
yeah.
I think that the only reason that that was brought up was to try to cast aspersions or doubt on this case to begin with, because that car, whoever that person is, God rest their souls, was burnt up. That car was boom boomed. So it's not the same thing. And that's what I was saying when I was talking about the shorts. Like they made sure that they started putting David favorable content up, talking about he couldn't have done it, talking about he was nowhere near there, talking about this, talking about that. You remember when we first started talking about this, I said it is quite possible he could have went on tour. She could have already been unalive. He could have went on tour and then got somebody else to move the car somewhere and leave it there. He could have easily have done that. This is the thing. If he doesn't live alone in that house, if other people were there in that house, then there's no way in the world they didn't see her there. They were out in the house making content, doing videos. They were posting up live. They were going
There's a
live, even
lot
though
of
they were telling.
space, Jack. There's a lot of space though. That like I'm looking at the backyard. Right now. It's a
So you
lot of
think
space.
you think they could have been consorting in there, even though she had been missing for for over a
Like
year?
they literally probably could have
She.
not like that,
I'm
but
not.
they like, it's so much space. They
You honestly believe that she could have been in that house for a year and no one known that she was there?
it's so secluded. I'm trying to tell you. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking at the space around it. It's a lot of
Well,
space because the next
I
neighbor.
guess if they went, I guess if they went, no, I'm talking about the people that allegedly live in the house.
Oh no, no, I'm saying yeah. What right? So if there's other people in there, of course. But I'm saying like there's so much space that
Yeah, yeah, I hear what you're talking about. I'm talking about you're telling me that they was there for a year together. She was there with him for a year together, allegedly, and there's other people
somebody
living in
probably
the
saw
house, and
something.
no, somebody had to see something.
Somebody. That's what I'm like. Even next, like across the street. Yeah, somebody saw something.
I'm not talking about outside of the house. I'm talking about if there are other people living in that house, because that's a whole lot of house for a 20-year-old boy. He could have been just as happy with a condo in Studio City down there where little Nas X was living. He could have been down there. Why do they need to be living in this bigger house? And I'm telling you right now, this manager has a lot of explaining to do. In my
Yeah.
opinion, this manager has a lot of explaining to do. The simple fact that he already got busted for being that somebody had already called him out for allegedly messing around with kids in Discord, with little people, little girls in Discord back in 2023, and they sent a whole legal team after a 16-year-old kid to shut him down and to shut him up, and then to make him go along with some cockamamie story about he leaked some music, and that's what the issue was. And then the next thing you know, he goes back to making music with the boy David, which now he's apologizing to everyone for, and everyone's coming after him for it. We could use uh at least another 150 likes. That would be appreciated. Thank you. Let's be clear about this. There's a lot going on. And like I said, For me, I had to talk about this. Someone coming from the industry, someone who was a part of the industry. I know how these people move. They cover up these perverts and these predators all the time. Have we learned nothing from R. Kelly? Have we learned nothing from Diddy? And that's why I put what I put on the thumbnail. From Diddy to David, when are we going to address the elephant in the room? This young man went after this child and he lured this child in to his very extravagant lifestyle. If he was able to pay allegedly 8 grand to kids from her hometown to be about what was going on between them allegedly, because that's what they're saying happened. I'm sure he adorned her and gave her many gifts. I mean, I'm not understanding a young man who's into Hello Kitty, but she was into Hello Kitty. Like the simple fact that he was into Hello Kitty, the simple fact that she was into Hello Kitty, that's disturbing. That's for children. That's for children. Yeah, they were both into Hello Kitty, and he was into this anime. It's something about that gaming world, these children, the gaming community. They all seem to get lost in this imaginary world. They all seem to get, just and they're interested in so many strange things, so many odd things. We started off this live reading the lyrics. You guys heard the lyrics. I'm not even going to read the lyrics where he actually put her name in the song, or the simple fact that they're saying that every year on her birthday, September 7th, he released new music. And now they're saying that if you go and you listen to it and you look back at it, it's reverting back to things that are sounding more like clues as to what's happening right now. The anime character, the Atami, and I believe the word means pain in Japanese is what it said. And salute to Kadisha Lynn. Thanks for all the great work you're doing. You're feeding all of the content creators on YouTube with all of your excellent research. And we're doing our own as well. You know, um, but when you're listening to the details of this and thinking about who he is, thinking about him as an artist, he's signed to a major label. He started out on this independent mogul vision with this Josh Marshall person. But they went from Arista to IGA, which is Interscope Geffen A&M Records, which is under the Universal Music Group umbrella. I'm sitting there looking like, did you see he has a video that has like a 250 million views? A 250 million. But see, it was very interesting because he came from the gaming world. So he already had a built-in audience. Kind of like how when Cardi B first came into, public awareness or whatever. She already had 1 million followers on Instagram back in her stripper stuff. So this is what a lot of these companies are doing. They're finding these people that are prepackaged with a following, that are prepackaged with an audience, a built-in audience, and then they take you and then they fund you and then they give you all of this stuff and they give you the plastic surgery and they put you in the big $20,000 a month house and they have you riding around in the expensive cars and now you're following. They're They're drawn in. They're drawn into your success. And now, and for those kids who aspire to be a part of that world, they're looking to you because they want to do what you did. They want to make it like you made it. It's all very enticing. It's all set up to trap you. Trust me, I know. It's not done the way it was done when I was coming up 30 years ago, but I'm telling you right now, it's the same formula. It's the same formula. But they're going to sit here and they're going to try to make this an isolated incident when, in all actuality, this is an industry standard. These things are happening in the industry all the time. It's odd because Celeste is the exact thing that I've been speaking out and speaking up for and against for years now. And I have. I've been telling everyone how dangerous this lifestyle is. I've been telling everyone how crazy this lifestyle is. I've been telling everyone exactly how hmm, what is going on here? Why is this?
What happened?
Oh, no, I was trying to get my get my lighting together because it's starting to get dim. It's
Okay.
getting dim. Um, but no, seriously, like I keep trying to tell people it's all about this. It's all about the trap. It's all about the game. It's all about the hustle. And I know that everyone is caught up into this story. I know that everyone is interested in this story. I know that everyone is, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? But I need you guys to look at Celeste for what she is. She is another industry victim. I want y'all to think about this. Aaliyah was around the same age when she was involved with R. Kelly. Foxy Brown was around the same age when she started working with the Jigga Man. It's a lot more common than people like to believe. But this boy, oh, Satan is a great deceiver. But you'd be a fool to think that Satan isn't running the industry because he is. I'm telling you kids this now. Please pay attention. Please think about what's happening to this girl. Think about what has happened to this girl. Think about the fact that this girl's life is now over. And this boy had help. I'm sorry, it's hella loud. Thanks. Salute Detroit. Salute Detroit soloists. No, seriously. They're going to try to make this not about the industry. And I'm telling you, this case is all about the industry. It's all about the industry. 444 on them likes. Let's keep going. Let's make sure we at least get to that 500. I think we're like 60 away. But seriously, we I'm not gonna lie. This case has triggered me. It's triggered me greatly because this guy, this guy is going to get all the help in the world to keep him from having to be held accountable for what he's done to and with this girl. The manager is going to help. The legal team from the label and from the production company and from the this, they're all going to jump on board. And see, they're going to want to cover this up for two reasons. First reason, complicit. They might be complicit. They might have aided and abetted some of the crimes that he will be guilty of, or could be found guilty of, possibly. Because if that girl has been with him all this time, that's kidnapping, custodial interference at the least. And if there actually was an SE-actual relationship, that's statutory rape. That's at least three crimes right there. And kidnapping, that can come with federal charges. And guess what? If anyone helped them move around, if anyone helped them conceal this relationship, if there was ever a car sent for her that was done by the management team or by the label, that would make them complicit. That would make them accomplices in his crimes. So that's incentive one to help this guy get away with whatever he may or may, whatever he may have done. But the other side is the money. He's making these people a lot of money right now. A lot of money. Quarter billion streams, quarter billion views on a video. And he's just popping out tunes. He started making songs on an iPhone. Like this guy is, hmm, he's a little cash cow right now. I want you guys to think about how long R. Kelly was helped, aided, abetted, covered up, NDA after NDA after NDA after NDA. I want you to think about it. For almost 30 years, Robert Kelly was able to get away with all of his dealings with underage people, and the money came from his music career. The money came from the publishing deals. Now, unfortunately, could have been a lot more money if he had been able to read and write and they weren't getting over on him and robbing him blind. Funny, because the second that he realized he was being robbed blind and he started wanting to go after the money that they owed him because he was owed billion. He was owed at least a billion. Like he was a multimillionaire and he was satisfied with being a multimillionaire, but he was supposed to be a billionaire, but he wasn't because they were robbing him blind. And the second that he went after the money, boom, that's when all of a sudden all of his sins came for him. He made sure all of that stuff leaked out there. How is this guy any different? He just hasn't had enough time to operate. How many times did we hear during the Diddy trial that LAPD helped cover up and, and and corrupt evidence and get rid of evidence and destroy evidence on behalf of the diddler? How many times? Because see, in my opinion, he should have already been arrested for kidnapping. That they can prove for the most part. There's enough. What, Jag, you just said something, Jag. I believe that's why they don't want me to write my own story. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, they don't want people to know how predatory this entire business is. But the money that he makes, for the money that he makes alone, they will do whatever they have to do to corrupt all of the findings, all of the findings, so that they can keep getting money out of this kid. And the only thing he's sharing with the world and selling to the world is depression, misery, and death. Meanwhile, to take his troubles off of his mind, he's either playing video games or he's in Discord chatting up little girls. And the truth is, he looks like he's 2 steps away from an eggplant up his bunghole. So I don't know. They said that he was on track to become the next Frank Ocean. And y'all remember Frank Ocean was a hot thing. He was a hot commodity until he finally came out the closet. And then the second that he came out the closet, his career said, whoop. You know, it's the same thing with Little Nas X. When he decided to go full big, big, big fat gay, all of a sudden, whoop, yeah, the eggplant in the bunghole. hmm they always got their next replacement. He's selling this anti-God persona. He's selling romanticizing necromancy. He's literally selling merchandise that looks like somebody was trying to get away from, you know, their demise. Like he's then they said that he was cooperating with the police, which now they finally come back and said he wasn't cooperating with the police. He hasn't been talking to the with the police. He stayed on tour. He stayed on tour. Now, I want y'all to really think about this. Regardless of whether or not he knew that girl was in that car, his car, he knew that girl was missing. He knew that girl wasn't around. All of that time they had been in each other's lives. Did they break up? Did he not care about her anymore? Did she stop calling him? What happened? Hmm? What happened? Like I said, even if he didn't know she was in that car, even if he didn't know that, when was the last time he had spoken to her? When was the last time she had called him? We know she had a phone, even a burner phone, because she had a burner Insta account. She was talking to her friends. I'm not a police officer. I'm just a normal citizen. Why haven't the cops asked any of these questions? Why hasn't he been picked up for anything that they know he's done? Hmm? And the second that I heard that TMZ was involved and they were giving tips to the police, yeah. But the simple fact that they were putting David, there's no way David could have done it. Uh, three facts that proves that David was being framed. And David was on tour and he was posting every second of the tour with content all over the tour. There's no way he could have done it. Not only that, there was another incident that happened just like it, and whoop de whoop de whoop. You want to know what would be sad if something happened to that girl? And then somebody went out and did something to somebody else just to throw the investigation off. That would be sad if there was a whole soul that got taken out of this world to make sure that he gets to keep making the UMG money. I'm just trying to figure it out. They were able to smell something foul coming from something that didn't before they hooked it up and took it to the tow yard. And then they waited. for someone else to smell it again before they went inside? School teacher said when Celeste ran away the first time, when she came back, she told everybody that she had been with this guy. She had been with David. She had a boyfriend who was a rapper in LA. Talked about her adventures. Why wasn't he surveilled when she went missing again? Two different missing posters, right? I think that's what they said. There was one when she first went missing, and then when she went missing again, there was another one because that was the last one. That was the main one that all of us have seen because she had been missing for over a year. Why did the police not go back? I heard some people saying, oh, well, the family didn't do this, the family didn't do that. But the brother has come forward and said he went to the police and he said that he was scared for his sister and that he thought that this David person was dangerous. And from what he said, the police did not respond. Once again, let's think about Diddy. That videotape of what he did to Cassie never made it to the police, never made it to mainstream media. A large sum of money was paid to the hotel, and apparently it wasn't destroyed because we ended up seeing it all of those years later, 8 years later. But after the statute of limitation had run out, so he couldn't be charged for that incident, that vicious incident. Kid Cudi's car, evidence destroyed by the cops in LA. So once again, it's just I'm waiting for people to understand that this is industry. It's industry standard. It's industry standard. The destroying of evidence, the covering up of crimes, the coddling dangerous people, calling them artists while they're selling poison to the. I'm just trying to figure it out. Why is it that everybody is so hot to boycott Target, but not the record companies? When you think about all of the years and all of the tall tales and all of the stories and the legend of the awfulness of the diddler and all of the stories that I told everybody, everyone knows how much did that influence and encourage this young man to do everything that he's done. Hmm? Because if your idols can get away with red rum, if you grow up to be just as talented and make just as much money for the companies as them, that means you can do it too, right? I want y'all to think about that. He's got a little Diddy. He's got a little R. Kelly. Got a little Jigga in there too. He's got a lot of what these older monsters that I've been talking about got going on. Hmm? He's got a lot going on. But what's so troubling is that at the age of 20, he's messing with junior high school. And then you got stories like the girl Nova. Her mother is involved in this life. Is Nova gonna end up in a trunk too? Because this girl They got Nova walking the streets of Figueroa. You got people whispering behind the scene that she belongs to the streets, which means they already see her as real estate and property. That means that her body is already assigned to make money for a crew. She's already a flesh ATM. And she's not dealing with guys like David. She's just dealing with, so if dealing with this guy can wind or wind up to, end with what's going to happen to Nova? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like these artists that I've been speaking against, they have been they've been an example for a whole nother generation. Honey, we're all trying to survive it. I want y'all to think about that. We let the monsters run free and run wild, and we let them talk all of their crap on their records, and we let them do all of these things. And now look at this. Now we got this guy dancing around in in blued, selling clothes with fake blued on it, and people buying it. Hmm? I'm serious. Like, are we thinking about these things? Do we really care? Do we really care? Because see, this story is the reason why I started speaking out over 5 years ago. This story is the reason why I would help anybody who needed help. This story is the reason why this story. Does everybody understand that? Like this story messing with me because that girl must have never heard about me. She must have never heard about me. Celeste must have never heard that there was a woman out there named Jaguar Wright that was speaking about the evils of the industry and what these artists are capable of doing and what they will do to you and what they can do to you. See, she must not have heard about me. I know I said it, girls that end up in suitcases and whatnot. I guess I should have said trunk. People being held against their will. I've been saying these things for God knows how long, but don't nobody want to listen to me. No, I'm a liar, right? You got people all over TikTok now who used to be here on YouTube, residing over there, telling everybody that I lied, that I made it up, that I this, that I that. How long have I been telling people? Hmm? And now we got this guy with his very, very, very depressing lyrics talking about falling in love with necromancy and ending people's lives and not caring. And his energy is pushing out into the world a billion times over. And now this girl was found separated, literally separated in his front. Wolfgang Amadeus, you still around?
Yep, give me a second.
Hmm? Y'all don't think this is killing me? Y'all don't think this story is eating me up? All the years I've been speaking out about how these monsters operate, about the kind of things that they're capable of doing, about the kind of harm that is caused, about all of that. And people want to keep calling me a liar. Keep calling me a liar. You want to keep calling me a liar? Hmm? They suppress your channel and it makes it impossible for people to find you. Hype it up. Share it. And I want to thank everybody for the super chat today. And if you want to send more, send more. This is why I sit here. This is why I sit here. This is why I take the abuse that I take. It's funny. Pam Bondi said that they're going to start getting the authorities involved and they're going to stop anybody that's doing hate speech. She needs to bring the police around here to YouTube because they've been doing hate speech on Old Jag for a long time. I get hate speech every day. I get people that have been paid for years to hate speech on me. When they gonna lock up fucking Tasha K for all her fucking hate speech against me? Hmm? And all I've ever done is try to warn people that the world, especially not the entertainment world, and they let people like this loose. And guess what the result is? Guess what the result is? This is the result. Oh, oh wow. This is the result. I've been out here taking blows from some of the most ridiculous pieces of crap that ever existed in the world, preaching against this very thing. She didn't even make 15. You know, I ran away a few times when I was her age. I got to make it home. She didn't. How many times have y'all heard me tell y'all my entire goal, my entire aim, everything that I want in this world and out of this life? I just want everybody to make it home. Thank you, Rochelle. Welcome to the family, Ciara. How many times? How many times have I told y'all I just want everybody to make it home safe? Hmm? Hmm? How many? She gonna make it home. She ain't making nowhere near home. She made it to a trunk. And he went on tour. But I'm crazy. This is what the industry does. This is what the industry does. My website, it's thejaguarwright.com. This is what the industry does. The simple fact that he's not arrested already only goes to let you know that they working. They're working to keep the ATM going. They're not going to let her stop the ATM. Do y'all get that? Her life? He needs to go on tour. He needs to make that money. He needs to make more depressing songs to get people to want to hurt themselves or hurt other people and spend a bunch of money and buy clothes with red stuff all over it, making it seem like people was trying to get away. People was fighting for their lives. This is She's the reason why I've been speaking. She's the reason why I keep getting attacked. She's the reason. If ever there was a reason, thank you. Thank you, D Soloist. Thank you, Auntie. She's why. It's crazy because we're waiting on Diddy to get sentenced, and that's coming up in like a week and a half. And the simple fact, I hope all of those jurors, I hope every last one of those jurors hear this story and see this face. I hope every last one of them. And I want them to think about what they tried to let back loose in this world. I hope every last one of those Diddy jurors, when y'all tried to let him loose, you told every other little weirdo in this business, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. It's all right. We not gonna stop you. We 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 not gonna get in your way. Let it spray. Let it spray from the ceiling. Because that's what you did when you let that freak, when you almost let him get off. I bet you he was watching that trial. I bet you little David was watching that trial. Bet you he was. And I bet you he was sitting there screaming, more oil, more oil, more oil. I wonder where Celeste was during the Diddy trial. I wonder if she wanted to get away from this guy. I wonder. I wonder if she was afraid to get away with him because guess what? If Diddy's going to get off, and look at how they did Cassie, and look at how they did the Jane, and look at how they did the other girls. Look at how they did them. What the fuck do you think kind of message that trial sent to a weirdo like him? Hmm? Hmm? Well, what kind of message do you think it sent to this guy? Because see, he's industry too now. Bet you want to be just like Diddy. Bet you Diddy's one of his heroes too. I bet you he was running around screaming free Diddy. I don't know. And see, that's the thing that's messing with me. Hey, Barbara, that's the thing that's messing with me. All these content creators that's jumping all over this story and it's all sensational on this story and want to do this and want to do that. There's very few that I'll even give the credit to. Like I said, hats off to Gadisha Lynn, always, always closest thing that I've seen to real integrity on this app, like real rap. I was so glad when she came over here because she was heavy on TikTok, and I know she still is, but I was so glad when she came over here for real rap. Ain't a lot like her. Most of these content creators that's on this story is only on this story is because it's going to bring them AdSense checks all the way up. See, making sure Diddy got that Rico, making sure Diddy at least if they weren't going to give him the RICO, making sure he got that SEX traffic jam in charge, they, that would have sent a real message out into the industry that would have let them know you can be touched too. You won't be able to get away with Red Rum. See, even if they didn't do the RICO, because of course the RICO would have destroyed the entire music industry, and then they all would be going to jail, and it would all be terrible and whoopty whoopty woo and blase blase blah, and all they want to do is party. I get it. They got their white parties going again. Michael Rubin's throwing them, and I'm sure Meek Mills is hosting. They wanted their little sicko parties back. They got their little sicko parties back. They got all this stuff going on.
It's business as usual.
What kind of a message do you think that verdict sent to this guy?
Business
And
as
y'all
usual.
saw, and y'all saw how many industry lawyers and PR agents and all of that came to the Diddler's defense to try to save him, his reputation, company, and character. Who do you think they lining up for him? Hmm? Who do y'all think they lining up for him? Why hasn't he been arrested for at least kidnapping? Why hasn't he made a statement yet regarding Celeste? Why hasn't his legal team made a statement yet regarding Celeste? Why have the police not grabbed his ass and perp walked him up? Why wasn't he arrested at his concert in front of all of his so-called fans? Put on handcuffs dead on the stage and walk the fuck up out of there. Why? Why is he being spared embarrassment? How many shows did he get to do before they stopped the tour? Gee, I want y'all to think about this. The car with Celeste remains was found. It was found on the 8th. And when I tell you on the 10th, there were shorts. There were shorts. There were shorts promoting his innocence. Shorts. Now I saw a new short about him busting his ass at Coachella. That one I didn't have a problem with. I wish he could just keep doing it in real life, considering everything.
Breaking news details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas, to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. How I got into music is I'm gonna show you how I made romantic homicide. Listen to Clara, listen to Lego. Hey, do you have an older home that doesn't have central cooling? Listen to Clara, listen to Lego.
This is him on stage giving t-shirts to his fans while Celeste was in that car.
Hey, do you have an old
This sad ass music.
My client. You want to know what else I find wild? Ain't no other artist out there right now speaking about this. Is it just me, or have you noticed that, honey? Wolfgang, have you noticed that? Ain't no other artist talking about this case.
No, no,
Well, why not?
mm-hmm.
Why is no other artist talking about this case? Hmm?
Only Caliucci's said what she said about pulling the video and song that
Well, yeah,
she
that's
and her had,
because I mean,
he
yeah, and
had
yeah, I understand why she want to do that because, you know, who
move away
wants
from it.
to well, yeah, who wants to be associated with a possible you know, romantic homicider? That might not be a good look. That might actually be a bad look. Tell me if you can hear this. So I want to make sure because I got my headphones on. Key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his
Barely hear it.
control
You can
a
hear it.
week before the incident. Now,
You can hear it. No, at first you can really
such
hear it.
situations were not
Yeah.
unprecedented. In addition, the police discovered another person involved in a similar incident at a different tow lot, which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a solid alibi. During that time, D4D was on a world tour, performing from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, with each show documented by large audiences and media coverage. He also shared behind-the-scenes clips and personal moments on social media. Yeah, this is his alibi.
I hear it.
Hold on a second. Let me start that over from the top because I don't want nobody to miss it. I want everybody to hear his alibi. This is from an AI channel here on YouTube. I want y'all to understand this. This is from an AI channel here on YouTube. This video was released September 10th while he was on
Let me guess.
tour.
Let me guess. The channel name is David didn't do it.
No, Celebrity Talk 1 AI
Hmm.
channel.
Kind of reminds me of another
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit
yeah,
one
yeah.
with the title
Premium,
Celebrity. Huh.
premium celeb and goofy ass shit like that. Mm-mm. I want y'all to think about this. This was before we knew that it was Celeste, the child, the child, the boo boo kitty enthusiast in the trunk. Points prove that D4D was 3 points prove it. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable. Such situations were not unprecedented. In addition, the police discovered another person involved in a similar incident at a different tow lot, which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a solid alibi. During that time, D4D was on a world tour, performing from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, with each show documented by large audiences and media coverage. He also shared behind-the-scenes clips and personal moments on social media, clearly recording his itinerary and activities, proving beyond doubt that he was not at the scene in question. Finally, his personality is inherently kind. Although his song Romantic Homicide references dark themes, in real life, D4vD is gentle and considerate, often interacting.
They were already working on the PR, like they were already working on his alibi like a mug.
Did anybody not hear that? Did y'all hear that? People had to sit down and really consciously think about where they were, what they were doing at the time of anything. If you have a solid alibi that's rehearsed and memorized, I'm, you know what? Let me, let's do a Dr. Umar style. Let's do it 3 times. I want to make sure everybody gets it. Okay. All right, here we go. Key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his
He
car
was
was
framed.
already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable. Such situations were not unprecedented. In addition, the police discovered another person involved in a similar incident at a different tow lot, which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a solid alibi. During that time, D4D was on a world tour, performing from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, with each show documented by large audiences and media coverage. He also shared behind-the-scenes clips and personal moments on social media, clearly recording his itinerary and activities, proving beyond doubt that he was not at the scene in question. Finally, his personality is inherently kind. Although his song Romantic Homicide references dark themes, in real life, D4vD is gentle and considerate, often interacting.
And he likes to take long walks with small dogs and read poetry to children with cancer.
Yeah, that's sick. That's gonna be. I can say that's some sick.
I
That's
want
some
y'all to
sick.
think about I want y'all to think about, yes, it was AI. It's an AI channel. They couldn't even get a human being to say it with a straight face. They had to get a computer to alibi him up. Y'all hear what I'm saying to you? That video was released on the 10th of September, 2 days after they found a body in the frunk of his Tesla. I want y'all to think about how they have rolled this story out, how carefully they have rolled this story out. There's 5 other AI channels that are doing disinformation on this case as well, and doing PR on behalf of Mr. David Burke on YouTube alone. And all of them drop videos, all leading up until the discovery of Celeste. Did you not hear it say he had a rock solid alibi? And there's no way he could have done it. Did you not hear them talk about tour dates? But not any of the tour dates on the West Coast. It said from Ohio to Minneapolis. That's what it said. From Ohio to Minneapolis. It didn't say Phoenix. Didn't say anything about California. They said the car had been out of his control for a week. Isn't that what they said? For a week?
Mhm. And the first, the first sentence says it all to me. The first sentence. That's usually the leading sentence. As
You
soon as
you
I
mean
heard that, I
Key
was like,
points
okay,
prove
some
that
bullshit.
D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his
What's
control.
playing?
A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot.
The first sentence.
three three key pieces of evidence that proved he was
That he was
framed.
playing. Like really, they already. Hmm. Hmm.
That was before anybody knew. It was his alleged little his little boo boo kitty lover that he met on Discord was the person that was in the car. Three key points of y'all didn't hear. Celebrity Talk One. Celebrity Talk is the name of the AI channel at Celebrity Talk number one.
See,
Key
whoever's
points
behind that
prove that
channel, they need to be
D4D was
investigated.
framed. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5.
A week before The incident, the car was already out of his control a week before the incident. What incident?
Hmm.
What
That's what I say.
incident?
They need to be investigated.
The car was already out of his control a week before the incident. What incident? Celeste had an incident. How do they know? How do AI people know? How does the AI man know? A week before the incident? I
Key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable.
Lie number two, the car was never reported stolen. It was never reported missing either. The car was never reported. I mean that's a fact, isn't it, Sudden West?
Yep. The neighbor said it was a ghost car was just around, but it wasn't reported stolen or nothing.
Celebrity talk, you got some explaining to do. Especially considering you dropped this video on the 10th of September, 2 days after it was announced that his car was found with the remains of a separated human corpse inside. I'm just, I'm sorry, y'all. See, that's why I do what I do, because I want to make sure ain't nobody missing nothing.
Key points prove that D4D was framed. First, his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable. Such situations were not unprecedented. In addition, the police discovered another person involved in a similar incident at a different tow lot, which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a
Which points to a possible serial situation. So the AI wants us to believe that it was a serial unaliver. That do you hear the leading conversation? I don't know. They giving a whole lot of information that's wrong, ain't they? Wrong, just wrong.
Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable. Such situations were not unprecedented. In addition, the police discovered another person involved in a similar incident at a different tow lot, which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a solid alibi. During that time, D4D was on a world tour, performing from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, with each show documented by large audiences and media coverage. He also shared behind the scenes.
Hey Mimi, thank you. Thank you for being here. Y'all hear that? He had a rock solid alibi and was on tour from Ohio to Minneapolis, did he say? The definition of doing the most rock solid alibi. Hmm. It's funny. The car was out of his control for a week during the time of the incident, and it was at the tow yard for 5 days, totally out of his control. Rock solid alibi. Naming cities that were nowhere near California. And he thoroughly documented everything he did on.
Which points to a possible serial situation. Second, he has a solid alibi. During that time, D4D was on a world tour, performing from Columbus, Ohio to Minneapolis, with each show documented by large audiences and media coverage. He also shared behind-the-scenes clips and personal moments on social media, clearly recording his itinerary and activities, proving beyond doubt that he was not at the scene in question. Finally, his personality is inherently kind. Although his song Romantic Homicide references dark themes, in real life, D4vD is gentle and considerate, often interacting.
And
Welcome to Jag
finally,
Nation, Mimi.
finally, his personality doesn't reflect the music he does. He may have talked about chopping up old people and you know um, doing
And how
drive-bys,
he
but
likes and how he likes to just let your soul go, baby. Let it ooze all over you.
I guess in a society we're almost there, an idiocracy, then I think this will work. But nah, gotta try again.
You want to know what's sad about what I just played you? They lightweight told on him. They lightweight, low key told everything he was planning to do to not be implicated in the crime before we even knew that the victim in the car was attached to him. Right?
And that's
His
why I said
social media, his
whoever's
itinerary.
behind that channel, whoever's behind that channel needs to be investigated.
Celebrity talk. I wonder what happens if I look up celebrity. You know what? Let me look it up. Let me look up celebrity talk one. Let's look up celebrity talk. Let's look this channel up. Celebrity talk. Not celeb snitch. Tyler blackballed and deported after flop and Jaguar Wright said what? Man, they really like put my name. I swear to God,
Did,
my name like hot sauce.
right?
They put that shit on everything.
Wow.
Man, they can't wait to put my name on something, boy. I tell you, man, they just want to just sprinkle. Jaguar, can you sprinkle me? Like they just want to. Mm, 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 mm. They put me on everything, man. Celebrity talk. Here we go. Here we go. Wait a minute. No, no, no. That's not it. That's not it. That's not the channel. That's not that one. Here it is. Yes, celebrity talk. Oh, dot one. Dot one, y'all. It has 27.9K subscribers, 193 videos. Let's find out more about this channel. Hmm. This channel just started. Hello, coach. This channel just started February 4th, 2025. Description 6JWDZ884. That's the description of the channel. And this channel has Over 25 million views. AI. Yeah, I know. It's just funny. Everybody gets to make name more money off of my name than I do. They make sure if we don't make no money, they make sure that don't nobody
What
know how to find us, don't nobody know how to do nothing. Yeah, yeah. Over
can we
25
do this?
million views that channel has. That channel has over 25 million views.
Well, speaking of, we're just 100 away from you hitting 90K. So we got about 700 people in the building. If you're not subscribed, can you please subscribe
My
or
God.
send this out? Because she's only 100 away from being 90K, 90K
I
subscribers.
know,
So
but the whole goal was we were supposed to hit the 100K and the 1,000 subscribers by the 1 year anniversary. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Man, I tell you this. Oh look, is this a David video? Is this another?
Three key points prove that D4D was framed. First,
Yeah.
his car was already out of his control. A week before the incident, his Tesla was reported missing and left at a tow lot for 5 full days, completely unusable.
Oh
Such
yeah.
situations were not
This the
unprecedented.
video.
In addition,
This the video that I snatched that audio from. 51,000 views. That video has gotten 51,000 views. Here, hmm. They started working on his alibi right away. Right away. It's an AI channel. I'm curious, is there any more videos of David on this channel?
why is Cam Ward better than cheaters?
No, not that one. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Like this isn't even his fan page. Ain't that wild? A whole alibi. A whole alibi and disinformation campaign to try to make it look like he ain't had nothing to do with what happened to or who put that little girl in that car. They got a ton of videos, though, I tell you. They got a ton of it. Yep, that's the only video that they have of old David. Ain't that something? 193 videos. 193 videos, and they got 25 million views. It's amazing. So the question is, who runs this channel? It's not a David fan page. Who runs this channel? And who contacted them to put that piece out? Hmm? A lot of lies. The car wasn't reported. How did they know it was in the impound lot for 5 days? Who reached out to them with that information? Or is AI now doing investigative journalism? Talking about his tour dates, and I didn't know him either. Sadia, I did not know him either. I'm telling you. What's really crazy is none of us will really ever get to know her. Yeah, the channel description sounds like a license tag. Sounds like the tag number of a car. We're never going to get to know her either. Everybody's just going to know him. She didn't even get to turn 15. People are going to say a lot of things. Children run away from home all the time. I would know I ran away from home when I was a kid. Praise God, I got to make it home. You know, a lot of people have a lot of judgment for the family. They have a lot of judgment about the home life. They have a lot of judgment about this, but they're not taking Stockholm syndrome into to consideration at all. Because if she has been, you know, de-roomed online, and if her captor has now taken control of her decision making, which is very easy to do with a young person, and considering it's quite possible, well, they go back to 2022. He's been in contact with this girl, at least online, from what it looks like since 2022. Now, I want you to think about this. Her birthday is in September. September. She did not live to see 15. So she was 14 when she passed away. I think it's fair to say that. Because for her to be as badly decomposed as she was, and for her to be in that car, and for that car to be sitting there for all of those weeks, the decomposition, I'm, I want y'all to think about this. Decomposition, it takes a while. Now, if y'all remember when Gene Hackman and his wife passed away, that was in Arizona. Arizona gets hot as balls. And I don't believe the air conditioning was on. So when they came to discover them, they had already mummified in their home. Dog was gone too, but in their home, they were mummified. Now, the body decomposes at a normal rate, unless two things that can change the decomposition of a human body: temperature, too hot; temperature, mad cold. The colder it is, it slows down the decomposition process. So that's why a lot of times they'll put bodies in freezers. Like before bodies go into cremation, oftentimes they put the body in the freezer, stop decomposition completely, so that the loved ones can be with their loved one intact before they go into the furnace. Now, cold temperature slows down the decomposition process. Hot temperature speeds it up. Like there was this one case where this guy was trying to create an alibi for himself with the decomposition of a body. So he had bought heaters that he put in the walls and had them running at like 95 degrees to force the body to decompose faster, to make it seem like the body had been there longer than it was, to throw the coroner off, which would have given him an alibi for him being at work during the time of the crime. Isn't that sick? Isn't that sick? Like that there's some people out here that's that weird that put that much thought into this crap. That he went out and got heaters to heat the place up hotter, to make the body decompose faster, to give himself an alibi. So he could say, oh, I didn't get off work until such and such and such. There's no way that was me. So all depending on what the temperature was in that neighborhood during those 3 weeks that that car was abandoned out there, that could change the time. But whatever the case may be, they said she was very badly decomposed when they found her, which means it's quite possible she could have been in that car for a month. Car was abandoned for 3 weeks. You just heard the snitch channel say that it was in the impound for 5 days. 3 weeks is 21 days. Add 5 onto it, that's 26 days. That's almost a month. That's less than a week. That's like, yeah, your average month runs 30, 31 days. 26 days. Now let's think about that. 5 days in the lot. She was discovered on the 8th in the lot. 5 days before that would be the 3rd of September. The car was sitting out there. You know what? Let's let's look at a calendar. Let's not be too sloppy. She was discovered on the 8th, like the AI channel said, who knows everything about David. It had been there for 5 days, so 3 weeks. 3 weeks from here. 1 week, there's 2 weeks, there's 3 weeks. So that would be, oh, no. Wrong month. I went straight to July, my bad. All right, whatever. Okay, that would be a Wednesday. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, that would be the 13th of August. That would be the 13th of August if we're going by that standard. And we know that he was in Phoenix on the 6th of the 7th. Could be an accomplice involved. Maybe, and it's odd because the friend, from what was reported by Kadisha Lynn, said that they couldn't remember exactly when they stopped talking to her, whether it was early or mid-August. And then they said that the car had been out of David's possession for a week. Hmm. Out of David's possession for a week when the incident occurred, even though nobody knew there was an incident. And the 29th of July is a Tuesday. Hmm. And then he had shows in California. I don't know. Could he have gone on tour, stopped back at home, had an incident with Celeste before he left town? Maybe she was stored before she was dismembered and then placed in the car the following week and just left out there. It was the 3rd of September that the car went in the impound. Okay. Well, whatever the case may be, that car been sitting out there from around the same time that her friend said they had lost complete contact with her, per their testimony. There's nothing worse than people who try too hard to get away with red rum. There's nothing worse than that. Because somebody always makes a mistake, but the simple fact that AI channels, as of the 10th of September, were already running alibi content. That has 51,000 views. And like I told you, I found 4 other videos doing the exact same thing. All shorts. To get the public, to get this embedded in the public's mind. Which is really funny because the song that they chose to play behind that video was Lady Gaga's Poker Face. Can't read mine, oh, you can't read my poker face. And poker face usually means you're trying to hide something. It's interesting. What you talking about, Detroit? I'm not the brightest kid in the classroom. I'm not the dumbest, but I would still be in the interrogation room trying to put this together, Jag. Listen to me. I have an investigative mind. I don't claim to be an investigator, but we are investigative journalists. We study. We pay attention. Common sense, though. Common sense and rationality. We're not looking for the JFK bullet. We're not looking for the Anunnaki in the room, in the closet. Um, just paying attention. Exactly, Ken. Just paying attention. And I've come to realize that my job in this world is to try to make sure that people don't miss the things that people try to make sure people miss. But I want y'all to think about that that audio I played for y'all for that video from that channel, okay? At Celebrity Talk .1 is the name of that channel. 27,000 going on 28,000 subscribers. over 25 million views. And yeah, it's right in our faces. Just like she was writing everyone's face on Discord, just like she was right in everyone's face on TikTok, just like she was right in everyone's face backstage at shows, just like she was right in everyone's face and still considered missing. Missing in plain sight. This is what the industry does. Yeah. She's not the only beautiful girl that's come up missing or came up found. This is what the industry does. So I want y'all to think about that. People want to run around boycotting this, boycotting that. They want to boycott Red Lobster over the biscuits. They want to boycott Target over this, over DEI. They want to boycott Carnival Cruises for making people feel bad about doing nigger shit. They want to boycott this. They want to boycott that. When we going to boycott the industry? When we going to boycott the industry? When we going to boycott law enforcement? Because in my opinion, it is law enforcement right now that is failing this young woman and failing her family and failing the just society at large. I'm sick and tired of hearing about dirty cops. I'm sick and tired of hearing about corrupt cops. I'm sick and tired of hearing about evidence that was destroyed, enabling people to be able to get away with red rum. I am tired of I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being the person that went to the police station to go and report crimes that I saw, and I was the one that got charged with disorderly conduct. I'm tired of it. Why don't the law work for anybody other than rich people? Hmm? Why is the only people that can get the outcome that they looking for paying for it? Like I don't understand. But they quick to make people criminals, though. Well, they quick to do that. Hmm. They quick to throw people in jail and put a bunch of cases on them and then force them to almost go bankrupt, proving that they're innocent or proving that they didn't do something while the rich people just keep sitting there playing game after game after game after game after game after game after game. You know how many people I know have gone broke and lost everything trying to prove their innocence for something that they never did? And guess what? There is no recompense. They don't get no refund. They don't get their money back. And most of the time, they can't even afford to sue the people that they need to sue to get the money. And even if they do win, they never pay. Ain't that wild? You got to spend everything. You got to break your back to prove that you didn't do something that you didn't do. And the person that accused you of it gets to run off into the sunset. You have to force yourself to find the strength and the fortitude to make yourself whole all over again. This is ridiculous. What is this family gonna do? Hmm? What's this family gonna do? This family is gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be destroyed. Jay, Shank, Jay is still working on the Biggie video. We'll revisit. Okay, the Ariana Day case. Sunday evening, the anniversary of her disappearance. Yeah. Salute to Auntie Leah. Salute to Hip Hop is a Graveyard series. Salute to Jay Mizak for all this going on. Like, there's a lot going on in this world. This was a terrible month. Terrible month in America. A terrible month. So yeah, um, that's it, family. We out of here. We done. Uh, in my opinion, she's the worst of it. Because this is America's future. This is America's future. This is what the industry does. It takes. And they really don't get much back. And they're going to do everything they can think of to protect their little ATM. It's been a rough year. It has. It has. I want to thank you guys for all 770 likes. I want to thank everyone that's here in the building. Love to all the members. Love to all the new members. Please support the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Uh,
He's 60, what is it, 66 away from 90K. So
well, maybe Replay Gang will get us there. And I'm not sure exactly how many members we have now on the channel, but the goal was to get to 1,000. Um, you know, I've had a few channels throughout the years. And a lot of my channels have been taken, they've been struck down for me telling the truth. A lot of stuff is going on. So this is a big deal because this is the only monetized channel I've ever had, and we're about to hit a 1 year anniversary. So it's a big deal. What's for dinner? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't even thought that far yet. Honestly, I haven't had much of an appetite. Looking into this whole Celeste situation has been terrible, and getting a better understanding of this guy has been even worse. But you know, protect your children, protect their minds, take the devices away, monitor everything that they're on. There might be a guy like this lurking on the other side of that screen, looking to snatch your angel from you.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to get my squad together. I was on the phone. Shout out to Ed,
Oh,
General Flynn's nephew. We was talking, and you
oh,
man,
Eddie.
man,
How's Eddie doing?
oh, he's good. We ready to just
Good.
tear some shit up because this is getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous, man. And he and I are gonna link up, we're gonna chop it up, and there's a lot of things that just need to be um put into place. That's all I'm gonna say. Like you said, there's a lot of people who have attacked you for simply trying to save the life of a person, a young lady who fell into the hands of this predator, and it could have been prevented easily. There should have been a lot of safeguards put in place. Um, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff just needs to be changed up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Discord needs to be shut down. All of these apps with all of this overly sexualized content on it needs to be shut down. These, I'm telling you right now, this, until this David person is brought to justice, everyone, everyone should boycott Interscope Records. Do not give them a stream. Do not buy anything from them. Nothing. That's what should happen. That's really what should happen in honor of Celeste. If we want to do something to honor her life, let's shut that fucking company down. Let's shut it down to the ground. No streams. No nothing. Any all their artists.
All
Forget
of them.
forget forget boycotting David. All of their artists. Nothing. That's what should be done. If people can come together and they can boycott Target over some DEI crap that didn't even benefit the black community, then we should be able to do this. We should be able to do this. Nothing. 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 They should make no money. They should make no money. Their lawyers are protecting this weirdo. Their lawyers are trying to whitewash what happened to her. I'm telling you right. What's the name of the company? Interscope. Universal.
Yeah. No need for a petition. Just let everybody know. Anybody on that label, we
It's a no-go. No
need to just let it
listen,
be known.
no streams, no nothing. I tell you what, you want to know who's on Interscope? Aftermath is on Interscope. Shady Records is on Interscope. There's a lot of stuff on Interscope. I'm disgusted at the fact that not one artist has come forward and had anything to say about this guy. Yeah, it's time to lock him up. He should have been locked up. For if nothing
Mhm.
else, kidnapping. Boycott Interscope in honor of Celeste. Rivas Hernandez. Their streams should look pitiful in 72 hours. Because, see, that's the only thing they understand. That's the only thing they get. You want to get to them, you stop their money.
Yeah.
Bet you those lawyers won't have enough time to make excuses for him. And while you at it, boycott TMZ too, since they want to be sitting there because they keep lightweight doing damage control for this kid. Do you know they actually had the audacity to say, "Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, his lyrics are really creepy, but that's just a coincidence." Oh really? Oh yeah, I mean his lyrics, yeah, a lot of it line up with what, yeah, it's a creepy coincidence how it lines up with what happened to this girl. That's just terrible. It's funny. I actually thought MAGA was going to come through. I actually thought they was going to shut TMZ down for lying about laughing at Charlie Kirk's death. I really thought
No,
so.
they gave them a pass. They
No,
needed to be reprimanded
well,
too.
well, actually, they gave a bullshit apology, but they
That was a
lied in the
pass.
apology. But
That apology was bullshit, and that's why I
they
said they gave
lied
him a
in the
pass.
well, yeah, because they lied in the apology. But in my opinion, if Jimmy Kimmel got to come off the air for what he said, TMZ should
Yeah,
definitely, definitely be canceled. They should definitely be on indefinite suspension for literally cheering for Charlie Kirk's death. If you ask me, that's so much worse.
that's worse, way worse,
Oh, much worse
way
than what
worse.
Jimmy Kimmel did. And that's some bullshit. That's
If
some
y'all gonna go
fucking
after
bullshit.
people, if y'all gonna go after people, go after them. And then they try to, you know, the my folks in Trinidad was like, you black people over there celebrating the death. I'm like, no, that ain't us. Did you listen to TMZ? You know,
They
like,
they
so they got the
laughed
rest of the world.
and
They got the rest of the
applauded.
world thinking. They got the rest of the world thinking that black folks are over here celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and that is not the case. You got TMZ; they're in the background clapping.
And cheering the second that the news reporter said Charlie Kirk is dead. Yeah! And they were clapping. They did that. TMZ did that. And I'm really disappointed because Pam Bondi and this guy, this FCC guy, they're sitting there, they're going after all of these people. Why ain't you going after TMZ? And on top of
Yeah,
that, they gave you a bullshit apology and they lied in the apology. Oh no, they weren't laughing at Charlie. They were laughing at the car chase, but there was
it's
nothing
bull
funny,
crap.
anything going on. Listen to me. Was it the PBD, the valuetainment guy? He pulled it up and showed the exact moment they were watching the car chase. The girl on the TikTok went and pulled up the timestamps, but they went and pulled it out. And the very second that they mentioned that Charlie Kirk had just been announced deceased, they cheered
They
and
were
they
clapping,
laughed. They
clapping.
should be shut all the way down. They should be pulled. If Jimmy Kimmel got to sit down, I do not understand why TMZ does not have to. And they lied in the apology. They lied. So if they're going to lie about that, what makes us think that they're going to tell the truth about this investigation with Celeste?
Well, it's Harvey. Harvey's a lawyer, and lawyers tend to lie.
No, 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 no. I'm just okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and Angel Joy. Well, welcome to Jag Nation. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. They literally lied in the apology, and then they want to sit up there. Oh well, we're not saying that he did anything to this girl. We're just here. We're here. We're going over the facts, and we don't know if he did anything. I mean, yes. I mean the lyrics. Yes, all of this looks terrible. We don't know. We don't know. But then again, that's what they do. They cape for the monsters in the entertainment industry. That's what they do. That's what TMZ does. They cape for the liars and the weirdos and the monsters in the industry. I'm surprised they're not still, swinging from Diddy's nuts. No, no, now they're doing damage control for this David kid. Mm, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, yeah, little hands, little hands. I wish somebody would slam both of his little hands in a Tesla car door. That's what I wish. Anyway, allegedly, because that might be considered hate speech, and I don't want to be called a hater, because that might get me thrown in
Yeah,
jail.
don't don't
So
don't be saying nothing like that. Just let it be. I say, fuck them. That's it.
yeah, that part too.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, I guess we out of here. And please pay attention to what your kids is listening to, what they're watching, and
Yeah, yeah.
don't let these weirdos have have more influence over your children than you do. Please don't.
We
I
48
promise you.
away from, and we not to cut you, but we 48 away from 90K. And yeah, look, the real God. That's all I'll say. Um, look to the real, true and ever living, and not these fake idols that they present to the world. Just remember tell the kids that these people ain't nothing but false idols, you know?
And how do you idolize this kind of crap though? And it's sad because I know he has a family and I know he has a mama. But the only thing I could say is you can tell him to make music, but you can't tell. I ain't gonna judge. I'm not judging. I'm not gonna judge. I just the hell was going on? What was he into down there in Houston? Came to LA just to become a monster. I know a grown man that loves Hello Kitty. Child, we out of here. Peace, y'all.